All right, guys, welcome to the Richards team call. We're super excited. February is already a week underway, which is incredible to think that a week has already gone by. This is a short month. We've got some really exciting things on the horizon. I want to talk about some of the rewards of coaching as it relates to these things that are on the horizon so that you guys can plan and prepare for them, okay? So I do want to give our income disclosure statement because we're going to talk about money and how to build an ED blended business, and also some of the things that you'll want to take a look at if you're excited about the incentives trip that's coming out, all of that good stuff. So of course I want to give you the income disclaimer. And if my co-host could just keep an eye on the room, because I won't be able to get out of here once I start presenting. So, okay, ongoing personal development. So a lot of you know we say this all the time, you are your business. So how do we separate personal development, which we would do at any job, right? Or at any career, hopefully, or if we had any goals in our family or our marriage, right? We have personal development, and then we have work time, time that we work in our business, and then we have time that we work on our business. So you might want to write that down. There's time I work in my business, and there's time I work on my business. And as you grow, you'll see that. And then overarching is your personal development. So power hours are daily. Note the new number. I went ahead and stuck it on here. Double check me. There's an image in Contenders. If you're not sure what power hours are, they help you to build a brand. They help you to learn how to use social media. If you've got several clients and you're headed to senior coach and beyond, you're going to want to watch power hour playbacks or be on them live, because this is how we teach you how to engage with people that are looking for you. You're only looking for the people that are looking for you, but social media is a great pointer dog, isn't it? Win calls. How do you lead with your health? These are things that if you're like, what should I be paying attention to? If I want to build an ED and beyond business, I need to know when power hours are. I want to win my health. I don't want to be the coach that's done with her health because she's coaching. I want to get on win calls because I'm still getting healthy. Nourished community time on Saturdays, team calls every Tuesday, just coming together as a team. Cell groups. We just got off a cell group where we were digging into our mindsets and our skill sets and our concepts, so that we don't limit our success. And then there's new coach training every Thursday. If you are a brand new coach and you do not yet have 5 clients, every Thursday night we teach you how to engage with your first 5 clients. So these are the cornerstones of really growing our business, right? Things that we should be paying attention to. Right now, we're in a training boot camp, and these come up every so often. This one is 8 weeks, every Saturday, and it's broken out. Remember, we told you on your Coach Explore that it would be broken out by competency. So if you're growing to FIBIC, you need certain skills. And so this started on the 28th of January. It'll go 8 weeks. There's growing to ED, growing to FIBIC, and growing to FIBBLE, okay? So if you're like, shoot, I didn't know about this, I wanna go to ED, we have playbacks. If you're like, I already know about this, there's playbacks. So I would recommend whatever you're hearing. This is, I'll tell you the truth. When I started with Optavia, I never listened to a training once. Never. If I heard something I liked, I listened to it at least 2 or 3 times. That's just something I did. I'm like, I'm going to hear it again on the drive, and then when I pick up the kids, because I know that adults learn through repetition. So you're going to want to watch your playback for your section probably more than once, and then take that information into your business thread. A little bit of a concern that I have, and I'll just be real honest, is when I look in the business threads, right, because I'm in about 400 of them, I don't see people processing what they're learning in their cell groups and in their boot camp. And it's okay, no one's judging. We're just suggesting that you do that because it's a space for your mentor to real time know where you're at and really love on you and help you a whole bunch. And if it's quiet in there, our assumption is you either know everything or you're frozen. Okay, so we either want to unfrost you or we want to help you with your ego. No, I'm kidding, but you guys get the idea.
I wanted to add something real quick to this
Yeah,
training
anytime,
too.
honey. I know we're in two different rooms, so
Yeah.
just
So think about this. My view of this is to go to the training, like the very first training that you're going to go to is the one that your business ranks by the 20th of the month. So for example, if normally you finish as an executive director on the 30th of the month, but on the 20th, you're right around associate director, the training that you should really be focusing on is that very first training, wherever you are at the 20th of the month. Now, this is a challenge, right? Because our ego wants to be like, well, I've been ED for this many months in a row, or off and on, I've been as high as this. Again, this is not about you. This is about where your business is. And there's certain competencies, skill sets, mindsets that you'll need to address in order for you to get your business where you want it to be, or else you end up being in the space of, why can't I get to where I'm going? And so in terms of integrity, the most important thing you can do is just be truthful with yourself. And this is one way to do it. And so no one's going to know, but I can just tell you, you're going to so benefit from this. And so, yeah, I just wanted to throw it out to you.
yeah, thank you. So good. That was a great reminder. I said in the chat too, you're going to be missing a Lego piece. So whatever you can't duplicate, right? So for me, did I go to the Growing to Fibble one? Yes, that's where I belonged. But I watched the Grow to Fibbik one 3 times already because I'm not really proficient at just growing Fibbiks, right? So it doesn't matter that I'm Fibbik and beyond. It matters that I can't duplicate that skill as well as I'd like. So I feel like there's something more for me there than there is at that stretch rink. Okay, so just make sure you're not missing any Lego pieces. Such a good reminder. Love that. All right, so you've heard a lot. I got a lot of feedback from people saying, how do I get to ED? What's ED? Do you have to be ED to go to Dallas? Do you have to be ED to go on the incentive trip? So I thought it would be a good idea to use some of our time tonight and talk about that so that nobody's left behind and everybody knows. Now, if you're already ED, my challenge for you is, yeah, I'm already ED. Okay, great. But do you have an ED? Do you know how to make an ED, right? So look at it tonight from this lens, or are you struggling to help people reach executive director and beyond, right? So here's our checklist. If you're like, you know what, I want that. I want to grow to ED. I don't exactly know what it is, but I think I want it. We'll get into what it is a little bit more. Here's my checklist for you. Please do a structure check with your mentors. Okay? Just say, you know what? Start me over. Like, I want you to hear me do a health assessment. I want you to know what I'm doing with my business hours. I'm going to tell you my client support days. Let them poke around in your business, because the structure of what you have at, say, associate director or manager is the same structure you're going to have at ED and beyond. So we have to make sure if there's any bricks in the cathedral that don't have enough cement, we got to fix it now before you build up your cathedral. So just say to your mentor, I want to go to ED. They said we should be doing a structure check with you. I don't even know what that is, but please do one, right? We may say, oh, I see a little bit of hero coaching. I see a little bit of hours, this and that. We're going to poke around in there and help you to have better structure. Okay, we're going to look at that client support checklist and see, are you modifying daily text messages? Are you forgetting to send them? Are you doing celebration calls on days 9 and 10? Or are we getting them at the 2-month mark? There's going to be structure checks that we have to make sure are in place, okay? The map with your mentors, first week of the month. If you're a senior coach or higher, your mentor will do your first map for you. It's called a parallel map. A parallel map is where I look at your business. I did this with a coach today, and I fill out a map as if your business is my business, okay? So if you're like, ooh, I don't schedule map time with my mentor, they kind of have to chase me for it, you're not going to make EDs because you don't have the systems to do it, okay? So map with mentors first week. No one should be chasing you to get that on the calendar. That should be something that you're chasing your mentors to have their time and input into your business. Trainings and power hours are a rock in your schedule. If they're not good times because you're at work, your playbacks are a rock in your schedule. Okay, I'm just telling you what it takes to build to ED and higher. CCC calls are scheduled with your business teams. You're not doing them with other coaches, and that's going to, prohibit you from having the person that sees it the biggest responsible for your sponsoring engine in your business. Your referral program is established. Every one of your clients knows how to refer. They know what they get when they do it for them, for their accountability, for their wellness credits. They know how much. They know how to connect you in a 3-way message. They know how to not explain program. Trust me when I say teaching your clients how to refer is part of going to ED. Events are planned for with mentors. I'm not saying every event. I'm just saying as many events as you can get to and set money aside. Magic happens at events. Why? Because Dr. A sees it bigger than any of us, and he's usually at the event, so he's going to help you see it bigger, and you're going to come home and you're going to look at your mentor and go, remember that stuff you told me? I believe you now. Why? Because Dr. A helped you to see it bigger. Okay, so you're going to want to save for some events. You understand the mission and how your clients win long term. If you're thinking that clients win without sponsoring and joining the mission, then it's something that you need from your mentors, because clients stay 2.5 months on average, coaches stay 2.5 years. So this is an understanding that, you know what, the best protection for my client is to be coaching other people with me. And if they absolutely refuse, we take their referrals, okay? So as you more understand that and see, hey, yeah, the people around here in these Zooms, these coaches, they're pretty committed to their health. That's why we want to help the client win long term. The next two are hyper important. Time blocking. It takes about 7 hours of solid work a week to develop an ED business, okay? Your health, separate. I'm not talking about your workout. Your other job didn't pay you to work out, okay? So I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about the time that you get to be so blessed in a leadership book club where you're like reading books and going, oh my gosh, I'm growing as a person. I'm not talking about that either. That's great stuff. But I'm talking about billable, actionable work. It takes about 7 hours. So if you're like, oh my gosh, I'm only maybe putting in like 2, can I still get to ED? Yes, your mentors can help you make that 2 hours multiply, but you're gonna wanna steadily work towards having about 5 to 7 hours of solid work time in your week, okay? And then team coaching, your first 20 threads should have your mentor's eye in there. Okay, that because your skills as you build to ED, they're all established. So if your mentor's like, oh my gosh, I see this, I see this, I see this, they're in there to love you and let you learn how to be a health coach. Okay, so why am I saying this? Well, because Optavia has an incentive trip that's coming out, and we haven't had one of these in a long time. Honey, if you wouldn't mind, would you just share for a couple of minutes what it was like for us, our first incentive trip, financially, what it was like, what it was like when we were there, what happened,
Yeah.
the vision, all that.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I'm super excited that this is coming back. We're going to learn more details. We have pictures of cruises on here and a few other things on here, but I would just say we don't know exactly the details yet. But what I can tell you is Optavia does it big. And I think going into it, I had this expectation of like, okay, there's going to be something here that we're going to have to pay for. Um, and I was waiting for it, and I'm still waiting. The whole trip was paid for. There was everything included: the spending money, the rides, the hotels before, the travel, the all the amenities were included. It was incredible, and I'm super excited for all of you that qualify for it. Um, what I can tell you is typically, and again, this is just my speculation, but typically, it's if you don't have an ED business and you've never been to executive director, um, typically that's a qualifying event for this trip. So, I mean, think about how many people in this team that haven't been executive director yet. They're going to get the opportunity to do that. There's other things that a lot of times they'll do in order to, incentivize more people to go. So don't think that that's the end all be all. I don't know what it is, but all of the things we've been working on in the cell groups, they're all the right things. And so you can be encouraged that you're going to have the entire playbook. You have it. You're just going to have more why behind getting to where you want to go in your business. And they do such a great job. I was just highly pleased. I'm super excited to go again. And I'm excited to be with all of you. We great training, the pool, but school by the pool with Dr. A, on and on and on. All of the events they had, it was really spectacular. So I'm super excited.
Yes, it was awesome. I felt like a big kid. There's something about a vacation when you just absolutely have no bill or financial input that really makes you enjoy it. Where you're just like, wait, the gratuity's taken care of? It was fantastic. So what I do want to say, and I know nobody on this team would do this, but do not sandbag and think, well, I'll wait to hit ED. No, no, no. I was on a call and they are actually looking at what we're doing in February, March. So grow your business, just all out grow your business. That will put you in the best position to be eligible, because they are not wanting people to wait to hit ED, or they don't, Optavia doesn't want to suffer a fallback, right? To say, well, everybody was waiting to hear the qualifications. So they're making it up now. So be in action now, be growing your business now. They've done things in the past that have really shown like, hey, we backdated your business to February, and as long as you had 10% growth, so you're just going to want to be growing. That's all I could tell you. You're going to want to be growing, and you'll be on that trip. Okay. Here's a couple of things. The other thing is when can I register for the Launch to Global Live event in April? What I have heard, a lot of questions about the April trip. Is there going to be a FIBIC event? We have not heard that there's going to be a FIBIC event. We heard that there is going to be a global dinner, and with Dr. A and Dan Bell. So there's going to be a private dinner for globals. We've heard that, but there isn't anything planned for FIBICs. And so on this team, the Richards team, if you're a FIBIC, Tim and I will be having a private dinner at our house. We will be having it catered. We will be having some entertainment. It'll be a very special night with our FIBICs, and we're very excited to put that on as part of the event. And then I know the Bombas down the street are going to do a whole team night. So we'll be able to do something there for the whole team. But the main thing is you can't register until you've been an ED. And so I wanted to spend a little bit of time on that tonight so that you know. So what is ED, and how can I create a blended ED and beyond business? So this is a lot for you to explain for your coaches, and also for those of you that are like, I've never been ED. Our impact is measured in points. 5 clients is 1 point. A senior coach is 1 point. Each 5 clients that you add is another point if you didn't lose the first 5, right? So what do you get paid as an ED? 28% of your frontline. 28% of your frontline. So EDs are typically 6,000, right, in their frontline. So you could take 6,000 times 28 and go, okay, that's what I would get for supporting clients, right? Your bonuses for hitting ED range between 500 if you're a blended ED with 1 senior coach, maybe not yet 6,000 in volume. Or if you're like, nope, I'm 6,000, it's $1,000 every 3 months, plus the 28% of your front line and some other bonuses that you can earn for assisting your coaches. To be ED means that you're eligible for most of the incentive trips and the higher level learnings. Okay, so let's kind of break it down just a little bit more. Blended ED is what we're looking for. We don't want to see you guys stuck at ED by volume. Okay, why? Because it takes more time, you'll have less time freedom, there's less security in that rank. And really, we haven't transferred the mission. That's the biggest reason. Because if you think about it, look, 12 to 14 clients, okay, and one senior coach is a blended ED. So it's not that hard. I want you to think, like, what? 12 to 14 clients and one senior coach, and I'm ED? Yes. So if you're sitting at 8 clients, you're like, wait a minute, that's really close within reach, right? 9 to 10 clients and 2 senior coaches, and you're a blended ED. 6 to 8 clients and 3 senior coaches, and you're an ED. So it's either $2,400 in volume and 3 senior coaches, $3,600 in volume and 2 senior coaches, or $4,800 in volume and 1 senior coach. So do you guys remember the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 that we talked about last week? Team coaching protects your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Those CCC calls, that's what we build. We build a fence around your client so they can be awakened and not run out the door and not know about coaching and how to pay it forward and how to secure their results. So remember, if I have, track with me here, I have 12 to 14 clients. Now apply 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 to that. Okay, what happens? Well, I have 5 of the 12, right? The first batch, or let's say you could double the formula, right? 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. Just do that. 5 people say, yes, Monica, I am committed. I am a 10 and I'm committed. And you're like, yay, all 5 said that. But only 4 were really telling the truth. And only 3 made it to the social media page and lived out loud. And 2 of them got a heck of a lot of attention out of the 3. And we're doing a coach share call so they don't know what they don't know. And we're going to talk about referring versus guiding and the pros and the cons and the timing and all that. And probably one's going to say, you betcha I want to pay for my order by sharing. Look at all these people that like my post. I'm not turning them all over to you. I need to pay for my order. And I also need some other healthy finances and accountability. So out of 5 clients, 4 do it, 3 get the attention, 2 get on a share call, 1 ends up coaching with you. So you see how the blended model really works, right? And that team coaching protects that.
Can you go back to that slide really quick?
Yeah.
And then I'll keep this short because I know there's a lot to cover. So I just wanted to reiterate one thing. This is just to explain the points. 6 to 8 clients and 3 senior coaches haven't seen it yet. And this isn't where you'd want to be, because this coach, if all things are equal, this coach is not making, when I'm saying this coach, 6 to 8 clients, right, and 3 senior coaches, their business is not making as much as a coach that has 12 to 14 clients and 1 senior coach. So I think the point here is blending is important, because if somebody has 6 to 8 clients and they have 3 senior coaches, phenomenal, right? They're going to senior coach over and over with every new coach that they bring on, even their coaches that they're going, right? Because these 3 new senior coaches, they're still learning, right? And we're going to help them secure their senior coach over the next 3 months. So it's just an example to go over points again. I think it's important. Again, points don't equal money, other than the fact that they are evidence that you're growing your business in frontline and in group volume. So I just wanted to point that out really quick.
Yeah,
Thanks.
and actually we have had a few people on our team that we had one coach that had 5 clients and she had 4 coaches and they all hit senior. She had 5 clients, 4 clients all hit senior. I'll never forget it. I know her name. It was in my first year of coaching. It blew my mind. She had no chatter around sponsoring, okay? And her clients wanted to do it. Why am I showing you this? Because when you're 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1ing from the beginning, and you're helping your clients, your coaches to do the same, you're gonna start to have blended EDs that are really young in their client acquisition, and they already are building senior coaches just by the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 model. This is not where we wanna stay. Certainly, this is what Tim's saying is absolutely correct. This is not a goal for our business, because what's going to happen is you're going to have 3 senior coaches and your volumes will be too low to hit FIBIC, and that's what we want you on, that FIBIC path. Does anyone know that FIBICs, just draw, if you want to know what a FIBIC is an ED, okay, a frontline ED that has found 5 clients that want to help 5 people. An ED is someone that has found 5 people that want to help 5 people. It's not complicated. So we do want to help you guys see that, like, wow, I could blend to ED, and as I'm adding 5 clients a month, I'm going to go more blended, and eventually I'm going to land at FIBIC very naturally and missionally. And that's a really cool place to be. That's called a fully integrated business coach. So most of the fun is happening in that realm, okay? And we really wanted to help you guys to see that. This is powerful. Why am I bringing this up? Because 5 of your clients, if they knew that, oh, okay, my accountability post is blowing up, and I was going to refer these 3 people to you, but I can coach them with you. 6 clients their first month, okay? So this is for you to take a look at adding coaches, right? Your coaches that start in their first month and add 6 clients, look at their qualifying volume, look at their bonus for doing that, and their commission and their totals. The next month they add 5 clients and look at their total. So first month, 6 clients, $736. Pays for their program, pays for the rest of the things that they need, right? Maybe snacks or whatever, and a little extra. The next month they help 5 more people and they're at $1,320. The next month they help 5 more people and they're at $2,067. What I'm showing you is a coach that starts with you in February, and they help 6 people in February, 5 in March, and 5 in April. They're going to earn $4,600 in 3 months. Okay, so you work for a very generous company, not to mention the incentives and all of that. Now, there's some details over here. Obviously, this is the best possible scenario. But even if they don't hit all of that, right, this is a very generous comp plan for helping them to help their friends in 3 months. If someone said to me, just by sharing, right, I can earn $4,600 in 3 months, I would be really excited about that. And I don't think people know the potential of guiding, right? So I wanted to share that with you guys tonight. The goal for tonight was to help you really understand, what is it going to take for me to grow to a blended ED and beyond? Because it seems like that's where all the good stuff is. Annually, an executive director, they work 7 hours a week. They earn about $32,000 to $34,000 a year for very part-time work. So if you're like, gosh, that would really help me, then we want to go back and look at this checklist. Please take a screenshot of it and tell your mentors, I'm ready to grow to that. I want to take the steps. We actually have a step-by-step 4-month plan that we have printed out to guide you specifically to ED. And every single month, there's stuff on here that we're to be doing with you. So it's not ambiguous. It's very, very, very laid out. Okay. So I hope that this tonight I wanted to talk a little bit about money and a little bit about the qualifications for trips or for Dallas, because I don't want anybody saying, gosh, I didn't know that. I didn't know I could do that. I didn't know how to do that. So that was my heart for tonight. We thank you all for joining, and let's go out and just focus on the main thing, which is awakening people to our true mission, and the rest will take care of itself. Thank you guys. Have a great night.